He became a billionaire, then quietly gave away $8 billion. He died in a rented apartment wearing a $15 Casio watch, and Warren Buffett, the world's most famous investor, called him my hero. This is the incredible, almost unbelievable true story of Charles "Chuck" Feeney, a man who proved that you don't need to die to create a legacy, and that the richest life has nothing to do with money. Chuck Feeney lived by one simple idea: giving while living. The belief that wealth, time, and energy are meant to be used now, not locked away in some future foundation long after you're gone. He co-founded Duty-Free Shoppers in 1960, a business that exploded into a global empire. It made him a billionaire, but he never felt like one. While others built mansions, collected yachts, and flashed private jets, Chuck quietly lived the opposite life: economy seats, modest rentals, a cheap watch. Nothing about him said billionaire. Everything about him said purpose. For years, almost no one knew what he was doing. Chuck gave anonymously. He avoided interviews. He refused to have buildings named after him. He didn't want fame. He wanted to help. While the world obsessed over billionaires buying more, Chuck focused on giving more. He donated in silence, transforming lives across the planet. Schools, universities, children's hospitals, medical centers, countless places where people would benefit for generations and never know his name. To him, wealth wasn't a trophy, it was a tool that only mattered when it was used to lift others. In 1982, Chuck Feeney founded something extraordinary: the Atlantic Philanthropies. Over the next 40 years, it grew into one of the largest philanthropic foundations in history. But with one huge difference: the goal wasn't to build up money, it was to empty it. Chuck poured over $8 billion into universities and scholarships, children's hospitals and healthcare, scientific and medical research, human rights and social justice, aging, disability, and community services. He gave so much that by 2020, Atlantic Philanthropies closed its doors, not because it failed, but because Chuck had given away every last dollar he planned to give. How many billionaires can say that? Even the world's wealthiest admired him. Warren Buffett said, "Chuck is my hero. He should be everybody's hero." His example inspired Buffett and Bill Gates to launch the Giving Pledge, a commitment for billionaires to give away most of their wealth during their lifetimes. Chuck didn't preach, he didn't brag, he simply lived the philosophy: you should use your wealth to help people. And he proved it every day of his life. On October 9th, 2023, Chuck Feeney passed away at age 92. He died where he lived, in a small rented apartment in San Francisco. No luxury, no extravagance, just a life lived fully and given fully. He owned a $15 watch. He kept almost nothing for himself. But what he left behind is immeasurable. Thousands of students learning in buildings he funded, patients recovering in hospitals he built, researchers making breakthroughs he paid for, communities transformed because of his quiet generosity. Chuck Feeney didn't just give money, he gave possibilities. Chuck proved something radical: that you don't need to die to create a legacy, that the joy isn't in keeping wealth, it's in seeing what it can do while you're alive. He showed the world that true success isn't measured by what you own, but by what you give, and that a man with a $15 watch can change millions of lives. Chuck Feeney, 1931 to 2023, billionaire, philanthropist, hero, the man who gave everything away and died richer than any fortune could ever measure.